Eye on Tech. We're going to be talking about coding and whether or not no-code skills are relevant in today's landscape where artificial intelligence is breaking all sorts of barriers, and it seems like people are making a lot of money from coding skills. So joining us to discuss that, we have Peace Obinani, who is the founder of Non-Tech in Tech, to discuss. You're very welcome. Good morning to you. So, can you make money with skills in technology without you didn't even let me finish my question.
No, let me call you right there.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay, so yes. Okay, so the other half of the question is without coding skills.
Yes, absolutely.
Or how?
Okay, so first off, I work in tech. And I don't code, and I mean, maybe I make some money.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Yeah, so because I think that tech is just shrouded in some kind of mystery that, people outside of tech feel like if you want to work in tech, you need to be able to know how to code, and it's not true, right? So there are a lot of roles that exist in tech that earn, quite a reasonable amount of money and good salaries that do not involve coding at all. Like, I have never written a line of code in my life, so yeah, there are definitely roles that.
So I'm sure you heard you follow the saga that happened with the OpenAI engineers, Sam Altman leaving, coming back, and so on. I think it was Bloomberg that ran a piece. Some of those individuals making as much as $800,000 a year. Now, the demand for software engineers in the AI space, you're in there, it is incredibly high. So, I mean, are we not moving towards a realm where coding skills seem to be at the top of the ladder?
I mean, currently we're there now. So, but I think what to look forward to is when non-coding skills can compete, like toe-to-toe, with this coding skills as well, because they are equally as important. So, yeah.
You have a program dedicated to no-code tech skills. Why? And that's it's the summit, right? Coming up. Okay, so why did you put that together?
Okay, so because first of all, I work in tech and I don't code. And when I got into the space like 4 or 5 years ago, I realized that, people outside of tech didn't think, when I told people, oh, I work in tech, they just assumed that I was a developer, a software engineer, and I had to keep explaining. So
okay, explain to us. So what's since you're doing tech, drill it down. What do you do?
Okay, so I work in marketing. Okay. I lead online marketing for a fintech company.
Okay.
So there are other roles like that. So product management, product design, storytelling. There are like a lot of roles that do not involve coding that contributes to the bottom line of a tech company's growth.
If you look at Lagos states, a number of other states in the country, schools in the education field. I want to talk about the children, the future now. There are a plethora of coding academies that have been raised to teach children how to code. So, I mean, what's your view on those academies?
They are fantastic. They are great because first off, right, in school, secondary school, and I think up to uni, there's intro tech. There are all these courses or subjects that are supposed to teach you tech, but they are not up to date with like the current tech, current tech trends and ecosystem, right? So this is why all of these coding academies are important, because you need to expose children early on to what's happening. They need to, it's a very dynamic space and it keeps evolving. So these coding academies are very important because I think like school curriculums are not up to date with what's happening in the tech space.
As far as their summits, what is your summit going to be about?
All right, so the No-Code Tech Summit is a summit that caters to all of these non-coding roles. So people that are looking to get into tech or people that are already working in tech that do not code, right? This is a summit that just addresses all of the no-code tech skills, the salaries, the opportunities, the progress, the contributions of these non-technical individuals working in tech. So that's what the summit is about.
Is there a fear here? Because again, maybe I'm biased, and it's a good thing when we have folks like you on to talk about this and expose this. Because I'm going to hold my hand up. I feel that coding is the future, and I hope I don't become one of those fathers who forces this type of things on their kids, right? Okay. I'm really adamant that coding. So, your summit is essentially saying that you don't have to do it.
Yep.
Okay, but what about either or? What about the option of?
Yeah, it's a choice.
Yeah.
So it's telling people that, because there are a lot of people that feel like tech is daunting because they think they have to code. So this is just telling them, like, if you want to work in tech, absolutely come with your skills in marketing, with your skill as a designer. There is a space for you to actually work in tech without being a developer.
Okay, you know what? So if a parent comes to you and says, I want my child to get into technology, and they'll tell you that they want them to start coding at an early age, you will support that all the way.
Okay, so yeah, I think that children, you should not impose. It's like saying, oh, my child, I want you to become a footballer or something like that.
I want my daughter to be an astronaut, to be honest, but go ahead, go ahead.
So because, for instance, I look back and I noticed that I had tendencies of becoming a marketer from when I was like 5.
Yeah.
Like, I could convince an adult to buy something. So I think that if my parents spotted these skills early enough, I went on to study microbiology, which obviously was
you went a different path.
So I think that just look out for these skills early on in the children and hone it.
Yeah.
So if your child is, showing skills and tendencies of becoming a developer, they like to dismantle stuff, computers and stuff, absolutely, let them go for that. But if you see, oh, they are creative, they like to talk, they like to tell stories, so I think just create something for the child based on what they are good at.
Fair enough. So you're a woman in tech. Are you satisfied with the amount of gender inclusivity in the technology space?
Nope.
No, that was fast. That was a fast no. Why? What's the problem? Why isn't that happening?
Okay, so I think like across all roles, tech, outside of tech, right? Women need more representation. Women, the barrier to entry is there and all of that stuff. I know that this is not like a women-focused conversation, but yeah, I think that, again, all of these things, so women that want to get into tech, that, for whatever reason don't want to code, this is kind of like the things they need to hear and know that their soft skills that they already have is important in tech as well, so they are free to join.
What's your view on school curriculums, whether it's the public side or the private side? Are they keeping up with? That's another fast no I see coming up. So how do we catch up with other realms?
So I think first of all it boils down to the government, because even like private schools, there's like a general curriculum that comes from the education board and stuff like that. So which is why all these coding academies exist, because it's augmenting for the things that they do not teach you in school. So if, for instance, the curriculum is up to date and, Intro Tech is really introducing you to the technology of the new age, it would just make a lot of sense, and it will just be very pivotal to how children encounter all of these things relating to tech.
Yeah, including coding.
Oh my God! It's like a coding versus
I
not
know,
coding
right?
face-off.
It's turning into a debate. But no, your point, well done. Great summit. I encourage everybody to attend, and it's good to encourage people. So look, when it's the end of the year, we're asking all our guests in every single field, what you looking forward to in 2024? We're gonna make some more advancements. Are you optimistic? At least for the tech field? Tell us. So
it's been a very interesting year in tech in terms of like funding and all of that stuff. So hopefully, I hope that things normalize or stabilize next year. And I also look forward to seeing more representation for no-code skills and no-code roles. And and more acknowledgement, so that, because these roles and these skills deserve to earn as much as technical people do. So I hope to see like more companies, more roles, more recruiters placing as much value on no-code skills and roles.
From your lips to God's ears. That's
Amen.
A very great stuff. And your summit is Saturday, right?
Yes, tomorrow. Actually.
Tomorrow, great stuff. All right, hope everybody attends. Thank you so much, Peace. It's fantastic to have these conversations and not be so coding obsessed as I am. So thank you for coming and enlightening me and our viewers as well. You can have a great career in technology without having to code.
Absolutely.
Peace Obinani, founder of the No Code Tech Summit, which is taking place tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.